Welcome back guys, this is Shrikant. This is day 13 of our series Learn SQL with Shrikant. Today we are going to talk about like operator and the wildcard characters. Let's start. Like operator. The like operator is used in a where clause or in a conditional statement to search for a specified pattern in a column. So if you want to find out some kind of pattern, you need to go with a like. We can also use this like in a conditional statement, and we didn't talk about the case statement. We'll talk about that. But the case statement is basically a kind of keyword, or the this kind of also statement where we can write our conditional statement for a specified column. Don't worry about that, but right now just focus on a thing that we can use this like operator in a where, correct, and that is also used for a pattern matching. And what's the syntax is very simple, like select query only. We talk about in the select syntax, like select, then column name, then the from the table name, right? Then we added the where, correct. Just focus from the where the column name, you just need to provide which column you have the data, and you just need to figure out the data based on some pattern. Then you need to use a keyword called as a like, and then the pattern. Then what is pattern? In the example, you can see xyz underscore Shrikant and xyz underscore Sammy. These are the two words I have, and both these words have a same pattern. Just think about which pattern it is. It's xyz underscore xyz underscore, right? Perfect. Now this pattern could be at the end. So I would say Shrikant underscore xyz, or Sammy underscore xyz, or I could say xyz underscore Shrikant underscore xyz, or or Sammy underscore xyz underscore anything, right? So any pattern, this repetitive thing, you will, if you'll find in multiple places, that is called as the pattern. Perfect. Let's talk about the wildcat. So when I talk about the pattern, I need to think about the wildcat character. So what are the different wildcat characters I have? I do have the percentage symbol, which we say represent the zero or more character. What does that mean? It means that there could be zero or more character. That is very important. Just think about percentage symbol. If you find out the percentage symbol, which means zero character or more than that, simple. Then if you find out underscore, which represent a single character, it represents a single character. Don't worry, we'll see the practical demonstration. Then bracket also represent a single character within the bracket. So if I say something like a b c d e, yeah, so there are multiple character in the bracket, but when the actual pattern will be matched, only a single character should be just find out. It's like in statement that this value is present or not, like that. Perfect. Then we have next wildcard character called as the not. So represent any character not in the bracket. So you can find out that not character, something has been written like this, correct. Then we also do have one dash character. So dash wildcard character is used to specify the limit. So if I want to say I want to have any character which could be between a to z, right? So how would I write that? I can write in a bracket like a dash z, a single character. So this is what called as the pattern matching. And the we have braces, which also represent the escape character. Now important thing I just want to talk about here, you will find star star star. So these three basically not supported by PostgreSQL and the MySQL database, but you will find this in Oracle and the SQL Server, right? And there is a one more thing called as the escape one, that is also you will find where you will find it in a Oracle, not in other relational databases. Perfect. Now just move to the demonstration. Hope you guys understood the like operator and what is a pattern. And for pattern, we need to understand the wildcat characters. And now we are going to do a practical demonstration that will be talking about the wildcat characters. Perfect. Now the first wildcat character is basically the percentage symbol, correct? Perfect. Now to have this demonstration, I am going to create a table called as the student table. And before that, I'm just going to create a fresh database for my demonstration. So I'm just, or you can simply go in our earlier demo database. That was basically demo August 2024. This was the database we created for our last session. Perfect. Let's go inside this. Just create the table student. Perfect. I created that. Now just load the data, insert into. How many column it has? It just have two column. One is called is the ID, another is called as the student name, right? Then provide the values. I am going to provide the values. First value is 1 for the one ID, and I am going to provide a student name called as Shrikant. He is the first student. Then I am going to load another entry for Prashant. Then I am going to add one more entry for Sammy. Correct. So these are the three words these are the three records I'm going to load in the table, right? Three rows loaded successfully. Now I'm going to see the data. So just write select star from. When I execute this query, I would see three records here. Correct. Now let's come back to the demonstration. So what I'm trying to ask you now, my requirement is basically I want to see all the student name whose name start with a ES. So how I can do that? So simply I need to write a where clause. I need to use a column on which I need to apply condition. My column is basically student name. And what my requirement is, I need to use a keyword called as a like, capital small, as a SQL is a case sensitive. Don't worry about that. And what my pattern should be. So you need to just write a pattern in a single code in a SQL server like this. So here we need to specify the pattern. Okay. What I'm asking, my requirement is basically anything. I want to see all the student name who start with a yes. Okay, perfect. So if I simply say yes here, so what will happen? Let's run the query. I won't get anything, which means what will I do now? Okay, I have Shrikant and Sammy, but I need Shrikant and Sammy as my output. I didn't get that. But why I didn't get that? See, you have written a condition like student name like yes. So that's fine. So you are telling to the system this is the pattern. But what the pattern you have written? You have written a pattern that it should have yes at the beginning. Okay, but what should be there after yes? You have not mentioned. So you should specifically use a wildcard character. This percentage one, what does it represent? It represents 0 or more character, which means basically after here there could be any character, or there could not be any character, it doesn't matter, but the pattern should be like this. So what will I get? I will get all the student whose name start with a yes, like this. Perfect. Now the next requirement, I want all the student whose name end with a T. How I can write that? So I need to write a T here. Okay, I have written a T, right? Let's execute it. When I execute the query, I didn't get anything. But when I run the main table and I see, okay, Shrikant and Prashant, this needs to be given as an output of my query. What I am missing here? See, what my requirement is, I need those student name whose name end with a T. That's fine. But before T, there could be anything, right? Either there could be a single character or more character. It doesn't matter. So your pattern should be like this. So if you remember, what was our earlier pattern? Our earlier pattern was something like this, because I need all the student name whose name start with a yes, and there could be a single character after yes, or there could not be. I don't worry. And the same thing when you talk about this one, this new pattern, this is for the start and this is for the end. Just think about, is that correct? That is correct, right? Because I'm just telling I need all the student whose name end with a T. That's fine. But before that, there could be any character, or there could not be. I don't need to worry. So I just simply run this like this. So I got Shrikant and Prashant. So if I run both the queries, what will I get? I get the first output whose name start with Shrikant, who start with the S, right? Shrikant Sammy. And I got the second output as whose name start ends with, actually not start, ends with a T, right? Perfect. Now my next requirement is basically I need all the student name whose name contain K in between. K in between. So how I can write? I can simply write a query, simply. So the pattern need to be changed. How the pattern would be? So my requirement is I need all the student whose name contain the K. So if I simply write K here and if I run the query, what will happen? I won't get anything because that's a wrong. So how my pattern should be? My pattern should be before K there should be any character or there should not be. Doesn't matter, but it should be that there could be possibility, right? There could be possibility that K before K there should be anything or not. So you should always go with all possibility. And after K also there could be single or any single or more character which you don't know, right? So your pattern should be like this. See, now you got the output as a, now you got the output, right? So this is my output, Shrikant. So when I see all data, I would see Shrikant, K. Okay, is present here, K is not present, Sammy. So only I should get a Shrikant only, that's correct. But what my pattern should be? My pattern should be something like this. So if I want something in between, then I need to use a pattern in between both the percentage symbol. If I just want to find out the pattern which end with something, so that pattern should be at the end, and the percentage symbol before that. And I just want to find out all the pattern in such a way that pattern should start with the first, and there should be, and after that there could be anything. So this is the thing you need to focus. Perfect. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is the next operator called as the per underscore. So as I said, just go back to the presentation, and if you see this one, so if the underscore represent a single character, perfect. What does that mean? Which means that it will give me all the all the student name who has only a single character. Let's run it. I didn't get anything because I don't have anything in this. So let's insert some dummy, one more record here. Instead of this one, I'm just going to add a fourth record here. I'm just going giving as a k, anything, any character you can give it, right? I just loaded it, and if I see this data, I would see 4 record here. Perfect. Now my pattern is basically I want to see all the student who has only single character in his name. So simply just run it. See, you got it. Correct, because this underscore represent any character, but it should be single one. This is the second wildcard, and the third wildcard character is basically a bracket. So just think about what is the bracket. Bracket basically is a one of the wildcard sequence, you can say, where it will only just consider single character. It is just for single character, like underscore, it will be single character, but those characters should be present here. So my requirement is basically I want to see all the student name who has starting character as a ES and ending could be anything. I need to worry. So I will get Shrikant and Sammy, right? Now just think about, I'm just going to give A for example. What will I get? I will get nothing. So for example, I'm giving ES. What I receive something, right? Then I'm going to give something B, D. Then let's see the data. Okay, we have another character called as a Prashant, so just use a P. Now just see, we got this meaning. Now just think about, so this bracket represent only a single character. Just focus on the single character, but that character should present here. This is how this pattern will work. Okay, let's make it more simple. So just yes. So Shrikant and Sammy I received. This is second one. Now the next third wildcard character is basically not. So if I am using a not symbol before ES, so what will happen? Just think about. Now how many records I have? I basically have 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting with Shrikant, Sammy, right? Then what I have written, not starting with ES. Yeah, not starting with ES. Then what are left over? Left over are basically Prashant and K. So just run it. This is another pattern. Now if I'm just going to provide something like P here, let's see what will happen. See, I got a K here, only single record. Now again I'm going to provide a K here. Now let's say I don't get anything, right? This is called as a not wildcard one. Now you will get all, right? So just a not. Perfect. Let's jump back. So we cover basically percentage. We also covered the underscore. We also covered the bracket. Then we covered not symbol also. Then we have a range. Dash operator also called as a range. So my requirement is basically I want to see anything in between A to Z, but starting character between A to Z. Then I can just write anything because I don't know. There could be any kind of sequence before anything, but my pattern is basically starting should be a character. So if you run this, you will get all, because all are character. Now what I'm going to say, I am going to say the starting character should be from 0 to 9. What will I get? I won't get anything, right? Because I'm saying that the pattern should be from starting character should be either it could be 0, 1, 2, anything, but starting should be 0. That's the reason it will fail. So to demonstrate it, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add this thing 0 jjj something, right? This is the new record I'm going to add. Now I'm just going to run this query again. Now see, I got the 4 0 jjj something, right? So this is how pattern will work. Hope you guys you understood the different wildcard character and then how to use with like, right? and really enjoyed this video. If you really like our video, please comment over the comment section. A simple smile will also work for us. That will just motivate us. You guys are enjoying, and you guys really needed few more videos on this series. And really thanks for watching this video. Have a great day ahead.